Good evening, and welcome to Actors Theater of Columbus, Shakespeare Underground online, and very exciting. Thanks for bearing with us with some technical difficulties. Good evening, and welcome to Actors Theater of Columbus, Shakespeare Underground online, and a few more technical difficulties as I am on a loop. But I think I've got that figured out, so please bear with and enjoy. So we're all indoors and we are all staying safe and keeping our social distance. So we weren't able to have our normal Shakespeare Underground tonight at the kitchen, but we're really grateful to our staff for putting together a way for us to meet online. It's really exciting. I'm excited about you guys getting to hear Aria Da Capo by Edna St. Vincent Millay, which is one of my favorite little one-act plays. I sort of envisioned it with acrobats and elephants and ballerinas and live sheep, but that's not what you're going to get tonight, unfortunately. But you are going to get a reading from several very talented actors. In exciting news, Actors Theater is going to be doing several more of these online readings. We're going to be doing some of the, we'll call them Shakespeare Underground's greatest hits over the next several weeks. We'll be sure to have that information out to everyone through social media on our website. Also, if you go to our website, www.theactorstheatre.org, you will see that our season schedule has changed because of the COVID-19 crisis. We decided to delay our season by about a month to allow our actors and crew to have the safest possible experience as we're putting our shows together for you. So we're still going to be doing 4 shows this summer. We'll just be starting a little bit later. You can look online for all of the information regarding what those changes entail. It's mostly just everything being pushed back and only having 3 weeks of performances instead of 4 for all of the shows. So I think you guys waited long enough to see this little show. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Rowan, and we're going to get started with our reading of Edna St. Vincent Millay's Aria Da Capo. Wash your hands, stay safe, enjoy.
The curtain rises on a stage set for a harlequinade, a merry black and white interior. Directly behind the footlights and running parallel with them is a long table covered with a gay black and white cloth on which is spread a banquet. At the opposite ends of this table, seated on delicate, thin-legged chairs with high backs, are Piero and Columbine, dressed according to the tradition, excepting that Piero is in lilac and Columbine in pink. They are dining.
Piero, a macaroon! I cannot live without a macaroon.
My only love, you're so intense. Is it Tuesday, Columbine? I'll kiss you if it's Tuesday.
It is Wednesday, if you must know. Is this my artichoke or yours?
Ah, Columbine, as if it mattered. Wednesday. Will it be Tuesday then tomorrow, by any chance?
Tomorrow will be... Piero, this isn't funny.
Well, I thought it was rather nice. Well, let us drink some wine and lose our heads and love each other.
Piero, don't you love me now?
La, what a woman. How should I know? Pour me some wine. I'll tell you presently.
Piero, do you know, I think you drink too much.
Yes, I dare say I do. Or else too little, it's hard to tell. You see, I am always wanting a little more than what I have, or else a little less. Well, there's something wrong. My dear, how many fingers have you?
La, indeed, how should I know? It always takes me one hand to count the other with. It's confusing. Why?
Why? Well, I am a student, Columbine, and I search into all matters.
La, indeed. Count them yourself, then.
No, or rather, nay. 'Tis of no consequence. Oh, I am become a painter, suddenly, And you impress me. Ah, yes. 6 orange bull's eyes, 4 green pinwheels, 1 magenta jelly roll. The title is as follows: Woman Taking in Cheese from Fire Escape.
Well, I like that. So that is all I've meant to you?
Hush! All at one time become a pianist. I will imagine you in sound on a new scale without tonality. Vivace senza tempo senza tutto. Title: Uptown Express at 6 o'clock. Oh, pour me a drink.
Piero, you work too hard.
Oh.
You need a rest. Come on out into the garden and sing me something sad.
Don't stand so near me. I am become a socialist. I love humanity, but I hate people. Columbine, put on your mittens, child. Your hands will be cold.
My hands are not cold.
Oh, I'm sure that they are. And you must have a shawl to wrap around you and sit by the fire.
Why, I'll do no such thing. I'm hot as a spoon in a teacup.
Columbine, I am a philanthropist. I know I am because I feel so restless. Do not scream, or it will be the worst for you.
Piero, my vinaigrette. I cannot live without my vinaigrette.
My only love, you are so fundamental. How would you like to be an actress, Columbine? I am become your manager.
Why, Piero, I can't act.
Can't act. Can't act, la. Listen to the woman. What's that to do with the price of furs? You're blonde, are you not? You have no education, have you? Can't act. You underrate yourself, my dear.
Yes, I suppose I do.
As for the rest, I'll teach you how to cry and how to die. Other little tricks, and the house will love you. You'll be a star by 5 o'clock. That is, if you will let me pay for your apartment.
Let you? Well, that's a good one. But why?
But why? Well, as to that, my dear, I cannot say. It's just a matter of form.
Piero, I'm getting tired of caviar and peacock's livers. Isn't there something else people eat? Some humble vegetable that grows in the ground?
Well, there are mushrooms.
Mushrooms. That's so. I had forgotten. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. I cannot live with. What do you think of this gown?
Not much. I'm tired of gowns that have the waistline about the waist and then the hem at the bottom, and women with their breasts out in front of them. Zut ahead. Where does one go from here?
Here's a persimmon, love. You always liked them.
I am become a critic. There's nothing I can enjoy. However, set it aside and I'll eat it between meals.
Piero, do you know, sometimes I think you're making fun of me.
My love, by yon black moon, you wrong us both.
There isn't a sign of a moon, Piero.
Of course not. There never was. Moon is just a word to swear by. Mutton. Now there's a thing you can lay hands on, and tooth in. Listen, Columbine, I always lied about the moon and you. Food is my only lust.
Well, eat it then. For heaven's sake, and stop your silly noise. I haven't heard the clock tick for an hour.
It's ticking all the same. If you were a fly, you'd be dead by now. And if I were a parrot, I could be talking for 1,000 years.
Enter Cathernus.
Hello. What's this? For God's sake, what's the matter? What do you mean? Get off the stage, friend. Pinch yourself. You're walking in your sleep.
I never sleep.
Well, anyhow, clear out. You don't belong here. Wait your own scene. What do you think this is? A dress rehearsal?
Sir, I am tired of waiting. I will wait no longer.
Well, but what are you going to do? This scene is set for me.
True, sir, yet I can play the scene.
Your scene is set down for later.
Ha, that too is true, sir, but I play it now.
Very well. Anyway, I'm tired of black and white. At least I think I am.
Exit Columbine.
Yes, I'm sure I am. I know what I'll do. I'll go and strum the moon. That's what I'll do. Unless, perhaps, you never can tell. I may be tired of the moon. Well, anyway, I'll go find Columbine, and when I find her, I will address her thus. Pierrette! There's something in that.
Exit Piero.
You, Thyrsis, Corydon, where are you?
Sir, we are in our dressing room.
Come out, do the scene.
You're mocking us. The scene is set down for later.
That is true, but we will play it now. I am the scene.
Enter Corydon and Thyrsis.
Sir, we are counting on this little hour. We said, oh, here is an hour in which to think a mighty thought and sing a trifling song and look at nothing. And behold, the hour, even as we spoke, was over and the act begun under our feet.
Sir, we are not in the fancy to play the play. We had thought to play it later.
Besides, this is the setting for a farce. Our scene requires a wall. We cannot build a wall of tissue paper.
We cannot act a tragedy with comic properties.
Try it. Try it and see. I think you'll find that you can. One wall is like another. And regarding the matter of your insufficient mood, the important thing is that you speak the lines, you make the gestures. Wherefore I shall remain throughout and hold the prompt book. Are you ready?
Sir, we are always ready.
Ha, play the play.
How gently in the silence, Corydon, our sheep go up the bank. They crop a grass that's yellow where the sun is out and black where the clouds drag their shadows. Have you noticed how steadily, yet with what a slanting eye they grin?
As if they thought of other things. What say you, Thyrsis? Do they question where next to pull? Or do their far minds draw them thus vaguely north of west and south of east?
One cannot say. The black lamb wears its burdocks as if it were a garland. Have you noticed? Purple and white, and drinks the bitten grass as if it were wine.
Yeah, I've noticed that. What say you, Thyrsis? Shall we make a song about a lamb that thought himself a shepherd?
Why, yes, that is why. No. I've forgotten the line.
I know a game worth 2 of that.
Yes. I know a game worth 2 of that. And let's gather rocks and build a wall between us and say that over there belongs to me and over here to you.
What? Very well. And say you may not come upon my side unless I say you may.
Nor you on mine. And if you should, 'twould be the worst for you.
They weave a wall of colored crepe paper ribbons from the center front to the center back of the stage.
Now, there's a wall a man may see across, but not attempt to scale.
An excellent wall.
Come, let us separate and sit alone a little while and lay a plot whereby we may outdo each other.
Pierrette!
My name is Columbine. Leave me alone.
Corydon, after all, and in spite of the fact I started it myself, I do not like this so very much. What is the sense of saying I do not want you on my side of the wall? It is a silly game. I'd much prefer making the little song you spoke of making about the lamb, that thought himself a shepherd. What do you say?
I've forgotten the line.
How do I know this isn't a trick?
How do I know this isn't a trick to get upon my land?
Oh, Corridon, you know it's not a trick. I do not like the game, that's all. Come over here, or let me come over there.
That's a clever trick to get upon my land.
Very well. I think I never knew a sillier game.
Oh, Ursus, wait just a minute. All the water is on your side of the wall, and the sheep are thirsty. I hadn't thought of that.
Oh, hadn't you?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I mean that I can play a game as well as you can. And if the pool is on my side, then it's on my side. That's all.
You mean you'd let the sheep go thirsty?
Well, they're not my sheep. My sheep have water enough.
Your sheep? You're mad to call them yours? Mine? They're all one flock. Thirst says, you can't mean to keep the water from them just because they happen to be grazing over here instead of over there when we set up the wall.
Oh, can't I? Wait and see. And if you try to lead them over here, you'll wish you hadn't.
Oh, I wonder how it happens that all the water is on your side. I'll say you had an eye out for lots of little things, my innocent friend. When I said, let's make a song, you said, I know a game worth two of that.
You know as well as I do, Corridon, I never thought anything of the kind, don't you?
I do not.
Don't you?
Well, I suppose so. Thyrsis, let's just drop this. What do you say? It's only a game. You know, we seem to be forgetting it's only a game. I mean, it's a pretty serious game. It's getting to be when one of us is willing to let the sheep go thirsty for the state.
I know it, Corridon. Oh, yes, but how do I know this isn't a trick to water your sheep and get the laugh on me?
Well, you can't know. That's the difficult thing about it, of course. I mean, you can't be sure. You have to take my word for it. And I know just how you feel. But one of us has to take a risk, or else, well, don't you see? The game just goes on forever. It's terrible when you stop and think about it. Versus, for the first time, I feel like this wall is like an actual wall, like a thing that's come between us, and it's like shutting you away from me. I don't know you anymore.
No, don't say that. Oh, Corridon, I'm willing to drop all of it if you will. Come on over and water your sheep. It is an ugly game. I hated it from the first. How did it start?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm afraid of you. You're a stranger. I never set eyes on you before. Come over and water my sheep, indeed. Oh, they'll be more thirsty than they are now if I bring them over into your land and having them mix up with yours and calling them yours and trying to keep them.
Corridon, my friend.
I want my hat.
Take it and go.
Take it and go, indeed. Is it my hat or isn't it? Is this my scene or isn't it? Take it and go, really. You know, you two are awfully funny.
Corridon, my friend. I'm going to leave you now and whittle me a pipe or sing a song or go to sleep. When you have come to your senses, let me know.
Thyrsis lies down and sleeps. Corydon stumbles over a bowl of colored confetti and colored paper ribbons.
What's this? Red stones and purple stones and stones stuck full of gold. The ground is full of gold and colored stones. I'm glad the wall was up before I found them. Otherwise, I should have to share them. As it is, they all belong to me. Unless
He goes to the wall and digs up and down the length of it to see if there are any jewels on the other side.
none here, none here, none here. They all belong to me.
How curious. I thought the little black lamb came up and licked my hair. I saw the wool about its neck as plain as anything. It must have been a dream. The little black lamb is on the other side of the wall, I'm sure.
He goes to the wall and looks over.
Hello. What's that you got there, Corydon?
Jules,
Jewels. And wherever did you get them?
over here.
You mean to say that you found them by digging around in the ground for them?
No, Thyrsis, by digging down for water for my sheep.
Corydon, come to the wall a minute. I want to talk to you.
I haven't time. I'm making me a necklace of red stones.
I'll give you whatever you want, all the water you want for one of those red stones, if it's a good one.
Water? What for? What do I want of water?
Why, for your sheep.
My sheep? I'm not a shepherd.
Your sheep are dying of thirst.
Man, haven't I told you? I cannot be bothered with a few untidy brown sheep all full of burdocks. I'm a merchant. That's what I am. And if I set my mind to it, I dare say I could become an emperor. Wouldn't I be a fool to spend all my time watching a flock of sheep go up a hill when I have these to play with? When I have these to think about? I can't make up my mind whether to buy a city and have 1,000 beautiful girls to bathe me and be happy until I die, or build a bridge and name it the Bridge of Corydon and be remembered after I'm dead.
Corydon, come to the wall, won't you? I want to tell you something.
Hush. Be off, go finish your nap. I tell you.
Corydon, listen, if you don't want your sheep, give them to me.
Be off, go finish your nap. Ooh, a red one, and a blue one, and a red one, and a purple one. Give you my sheep, did you say? Come, what do you take me for, a fool? I have a lot of thinking to do. And while I'm thinking, the sheep might as well be over here as over there. A blue one and a red one.
But they will die.
And a green one for a change. Oh, and a couple of white ones, of course.
Maybe. I have some jewels on my side.
No, and I have another green one, maybe, but I don't think so. You see, this rock isn't so very wide, and it stops before it gets to the wall, and it seems to go quite deep, however.
I see.
Look, Piero, there's the moon.
Nonsense.
I see.
Sing me an old song, Piero. Something I can remember.
Columbine, your mind is made of crumbs. Like in a scallop of oysters, first a layer of crumbs, and then an oystery taste, and then a layer of crumbs.
Find no jewels. But I wonder what the root of this black weed would do to a man if he should taste it. I have seen sheep die with half the stalk still drooling from its mouth. 'Twould be a speedy remedy, I should think, for a festered pride and a feverish ambition. It has a curious root. I think I'll hack it into little pieces. First, I'll get me a drink, and then I'll hack that root into little pieces as small as dust, and I'll see what the color is inside. The pool is very clear. I see a shepherd standing on the brink with a red cloak about him and a black weed in his hand. 'Tis I.
What are you doing?
Digging for gold.
Versus, I'll give you all the gold you want if you give me a bowl of water. If you don't want too much, that is.
Oh, you changed your mind. It's different, isn't it, when you want to drink yourself?
Well, of course it is.
Well, let me see. A bowl of water. Come back in an hour, Corden. I'm busy now.
Thyrsis, give me a bowl of water. I'll fill the bowl with jewels and bring it back.
Be off. I'm busy now. Wait. Pick me out the finest stones that you have, and I'll bring you a drink of water presently.
A bowl of jewels is a lot of jewels.
I wonder if it has a bitter taste.
And there's sure to be a stone or two that I've grown fond of, like pouring them from one hand to the other.
I hope it doesn't taste too bitter just at first.
A bowl of jewels is far too many jewels to give away and not get back again.
I don't believe he'll notice. He's too thirsty. He'll gulp it down and never notice.
There ought to be some way to get them back again. I can give him a necklace and snatch it back after I drunk the water, I suppose. Was for that. Of course, a necklace.
He puts 2 or 3 of the jewels together and tries their strength by pulling them, after which he puts them around his neck and pulls them gently, nodding to himself. He gets up and goes to the wall with the necklace in his hands. Thyrsis, in the meantime, has poured the powdered root, black confetti, into the pot which contained the flour and filled it up with wine from the punch bowl on the floor. He comes to the wall at the same time, holding the bowl of poison.
Come get your bowl of water, Corridon.
Very good. And for such a gift as that, I'll give you more than a bowl of unset stones. I'll give you 3 long necklaces, my friend. Come closer. Here they are.
I will hold the bowl until you've drunk it all.
Then hold it steady. For every drop that you spill, I'll have a stone back out of that chain.
I shall not spill a drop. Don't pull the strings so tight.
You're spilling the water.
You have enough. Stop pulling the strings so tight.
That's not tight at all. How's this?
You're strangling me. Oh, Gordon, it was only a game. You're strangling me.
It's only a game, is it? I believe you poisoned me in earnest.
Gordon.
You poisoned me. You poisoned me in earnest. I feel cold. Oh, so cold. This is a very silly game. Why do we play it? This is not a game. I don't want to play this game a minute more. Let's just make a little song about a little lamb. I'm gonna I'm gonna come over the wall. No matter what you say, I wanna be near you.
Gropes his way with arms wide before him and strides through the frail papers of the wall without knowing it, and continues seeking for the wall straight across the stage.
Where's the wall?
He gropes his way back and stands very near Thyrsis without seeing him.
There isn't any wall, I think.
He takes a step forward. His foot touches Thyrsis' body and he falls down beside him.
Thyrsis, where's your cloak? Just give me like a little of your cloak.
He draws the corner of Thyrsis' cloak over his shoulders and falls across Thyrsis' body and dies. Cathernus closes the prompt book with a bang, arises matter-of-factly, comes downstage and places the table over the two bodies, drawing down the cover so that they are hidden from any actors on the stage, but visible to the audience, pushing in their feet and hands with his boot. He then turns his back to the audience and claps his hands twice.
Strike the scene.
Don't puff so, Columbine.
Lord, what a mess this set is in. If there's one thing I hate above everything else, even more than getting my feet wet, it's clutter. He might have at least have left the scene the way he found it. Don't you say so, Piero?
She picks up the punch bowl. They arrange the chairs as before at the ends of the table.
Well, I don't know. I think it's rather diverting the way it is. You want to begin?
Oh, my God. What's that there under the table?
It's the bodies of the two shepherds from the other play.
How curious to strangle him like that, with colored paper ribbons.
Yes. And yet I dare say he's just as dead. Cathernus, come drag these bodies out of here. We can't sit down and eat with two dead bodies lying under the table. The audience wouldn't stand for it.
What makes you think so? Pull down the tablecloth on the other side and hide them from the house and play the farce. The audience.
Well, that's so. Give me a hand, Columbine.
Piero and Columbine pull down the table cover in such a way that the two bodies are hidden from the house. Then merrily set their bowls back on the table, draw up their chairs, and begin the play exactly as before.
Piero, a macaroon. I cannot live without a macaroon.
My only love, you are so intense. Is it Tuesday, Columbine? I'll kiss you if it's Tuesday.
The curtains begin to close slowly.
If you must know. Is this my artichoke or yours?
Ah, Columbine, as if it mattered. Wednesday. Will it be Tuesday tomorrow then, by any chance?
Curtain.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the initial episode of the Shakespeare EtherGround. If all the actors would return to the video, just so you can take your virtual applause. Thank you all very, very much for joining us. Like I said, we'll be having more information on social media. We'll be posting more things to the website about events that we have like this coming up over the next several weeks. So for now, be safe, slow down, wash your hands, donate to Actors Theater. And with that, enjoy your adult beverages and have a good night. Thank you.